Hello everyone, I'm Paul and this is problem 1594. Maximum non-negative product in a matrix. This is a medium problem and next I will show you my intuition, approach and efficient solution. We are given a grid, so let's say that we're given this. Here is the visual representation and we start at the top left corner, meaning here. And our goal is to find the path to the bottom right corner with the maximum non-negative product. So for this example, we can start here, and then we go here, then we go here, then here, and then here. The product is 1 times 1 times minus 2 times 4 times 1. And this is positive 8. So the result here is 8. Because this happens to be the maximum non-negative product among every path from this cell to the destination. And we need to return this modulo 10 to the power of 9 plus 7. Now, if the maximum product is negative, we need to return minus 1 instead. Let's say for a moment that we only have positive numbers. We start from the source and we have two choices. We can go either right or down. If we decide to go right, the accumulated product up to this point is 2 times 1, meaning 2. If we decide to go down, the accumulated product here is 1 times 1, meaning 1. Next here, the accumulated product is 1 times 2, meaning 2. Now we are here, and the possible paths are we could come from here or from here. If we come from here, the accumulated product at this point is 2 times 2, meaning 4. If we come from here, the accumulated product is 1 times 2, meaning 2. And the maximum between 4 and 2 is 4, so here we could store 4. Next here, we could come from here or from here. The maximum between 4 times 1 and 2 times 1 is 4, so this would be 4. Here we could only come from above, so the accumulated product would be 3. Here it would be the maximum between 4 times 3 and 4 times 4, meaning 16. And here the maximum between 16 and 4 is 16. So the result in this case will be 16. And in case you didn't notice, we are using the result of small subproblems to solve larger subproblems. This is basically the definition of dynamic programming. And this is fine for positive numbers, but the problem is down here in the constraints, we can have negative numbers. So if we run the exact same process, well, this is wrong. If we do the same here, the accumulated product up to this point is 1. Here it's minus 2 times 1, here it's minus 2 times 1, meaning minus 2. Next here it's 1 times 1. Next here, if we do the same, we take the maximum between minus 2 times minus 2, meaning 4, and minus 2 times 1, meaning minus 2. The maximum is 4, so here we could store 4. Next here, the maximum between 4 and minus 2 is 4, so this would be 4. Here, the result would be 3. Here, it would be the maximum between minus 4 times 3 and minus 4 times 4. Minus 4 times 3 is minus 12, and minus 4 times 4 is minus 16. The maximum would be minus 12. And here, the maximum between 4 and minus 12 is 4. As you can see, the result would be 4, and this is wrong. Remember that the right result was 8. So what's the problem? Well, it's all about the signs. Let's say that at some point we have an accumulated product that's very small. It's minus 9999. This doesn't look like the right result because we are looking for the maximum product, but maybe then we step into another negative number, and now this transforms into a positive number. Now we have a very large positive number. So the trick here is that we should keep track of two numbers every time, the minimum accumulated product and the maximum accumulated product. This is the key. So we can use two DP grids, one to keep track of the minimum accumulated product at every step, and we have the same for maximum accumulated products. So first we are here. The minimum accumulated product up to this point is 1, and the maximum accumulated product is also 1. Next, we are here, and remember that we can only move either right or down. So if we are standing here, we have to come from the left. This means that the accumulated product is 1 times minus 2. So the minimum is minus 2, the maximum is also minus 2. Similarly, here we have to come from the left. Minus 2 times 1 is minus 2, and here minus 2 times 1 is also minus 2. Next, we are here, and once again, we can only move either right or down. So if we are here, we have to come from above. The accumulated product was 1, and 1 times the current number is 1. So here we put 1, here we also put 1. Next, we are here. If we are standing here, this means that there are 2 possible paths. We could come from above or from the left. If we come from above, regarding the minimum accumulated product, we have a minus 2. And this times the current number, minus 2 is equal to 4. Now, here we are taking the minimum accumulated product at this point, but we could have a different maximum accumulated product here. So we also need to consider minus 2, meaning this maximum accumulated product times the current number, and this is also 4. Now, regarding left, what if we come from this path? Well, we can take the minimum accumulated product, 1 times the current number, minus 2, and this is minus 2. And here we could have a different accumulated number, so we need to consider this also. So we take 1 times the current number, minus 2, and this is also minus 2. So the minimum and maximum numbers here are minus 2 and positive 4. So we go to the minimum and put minus 2, and we use 4 for the maximum. Next, we are here, and if we are standing here, we could come from above or from the left. We always have 2 options. So if we come from above, regarding the minimum number, we have minus 2 times the current number, and this is minus 2. But we also need to consider the accumulated maximum product. So we do minus 2 times the current number, and this is also minus 2. Now we could come from the left. So regarding the minimum, we take minus 2 times the current number, and this is minus 2. And regarding the maximum, we take the accumulated number, which in this case is different to the minimum accumulated product. We do positive 4 times the current number. 4 times 1 is 4. So now, considering these numbers, the minimum number is minus 2, the maximum number is 4. So here we put minus 2, and here we put 4. Now we are here, and if we are at this cell, we could only come from above. The accumulated numbers here are 1 in both cases, so we do 1 times the current number, 3, and this is 3. So this is 3, and this is 3. Now we are here. If we come from above, regarding the minimum accumulated product, we have a minus 2. This times minus 4 is equal to positive 8. Regarding the maximum, we have an accumulated number of 4 times minus 4. This is equal to minus 16. If we come from the left, regarding the minimum, we take 3 times minus 4, and this is equal to minus 12. And regarding the maximum, we do 3 times minus 4 also. This is equal to minus 12. Now the minimum number here is minus 16, and the maximum number is positive 8. Finally, here, if we come from above, we take minus 2 times 1. This is minus 2. Regarding the maximum, we take 4 times 1, and this is 4. If we come from the left, we take minus 16 times 1, which is minus 16. And if we consider the maximum accumulated product here, it's 8, and 8 times 1 is 8. The minimum number is minus 16, and the maximum number is positive 8. So where do we have the maximum non-negative product at this position? Well, we can go to the DP for maximum accumulated products, and in this position we have number 8. So this is the result. Given that this is a positive number, we return this. Remember that if this is negative, we need to return -1 instead. Time and space complexity for this is big O of the amount of rows times the amount of columns, because we have to iterate every position and we are building these two DP grids. So with this in mind, now let's go with the code. We have a mod value which is 10 to the power of 9 plus 7. N is the length of grid, M is the length of grid at row 0. And we need two DP grids, one to keep track of minimum accumulated numbers. This is an array, which includes an array with 0 times the amount of columns for a reindexing range, the amount of rows. And we are doing the same for the maximum accumulated products. Now we can say that the minimum at row 0, column 0 and maximum at row 0, column 0 are equal to the first value in the grid. So here we use grid 0, 0 and grid 0, 0. And now we can say for I in range N, for J in range M, every time we check if I is equal to 0 and J is equal to 0, we just continue. Why? Well, because we already have the accumulated products for this position up here. Else, if I is equal to 0, this means that we only have one possible path, because remember that we can only move either right or down. So if we are at row number 0, we have to come from the left. So we can say minimum I shape is equal to minimum I previous column times grid I shape. And we are doing basically the same for the maximum accumulated product. So this is MX. Now, else if J is equal to 0, we can do something very similar. The minimum at the current coordinates is equal to the minimum at same row, this is previous row, same column. And this is times grid I shape. Okay, and we do the same for the maximum. So this is MX, this is MX, and that's it. Else, this means that we need to compare products. Remember that we have 4 possible products. We will call this A, B, C, and D. So if we look up, we can take the minimum accumulated product in the previous row, same column, times grid I shape. If we look up, we can take the maximum accumulated product in the previous row, same column, times grid I shape. Now, what if we look left? Regarding the minimum, we can take the minimum at previous column times grid I shape, and we can also take the maximum at the previous column times grid I shape. Okay? Now, the minimum at the current coordinates is equal to the minimum in A, B, C, D. And the maximum at the current coordinates is equal to the maximum of A, B, C, D. Now, after all of this, we can say that the result is the maximum at the last position, -1, -1, and we can return the result modulo mod, but the result might be a negative number. So we want this if result is greater or equal to 0, else. So this is the entire code. Now let's submit this and see if it works. As you can see, this works and it's very efficient. So if you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.